Ladies and gentlemen, today I present to you Hitting the Ground Running, a guide on maximising your time in beginner bracket of arenas. Firstly, I want to say thank you very much for all your response to my previous video, a guide on how to win champions in 4-star basic arenas. I have been totally overwhelmed by the level of support I've received for that video, and I've been working to improve on all the feedback that I received. It was noted during that video that there wasn't much analysis of the beginner's bracket of the basic arena, and in that video, how the cutoffs may have been a little bit more varied than what was stated. As such, I set out to make this video, which is a more in-depth look at beginner's bracket cutoffs. I have been looking online at various sources and gathered information on previous cutoffs. This video reflects the beginner's bracket only, and is reflecting accounts within 30 days of their creation. There's a strong number of players now creating secondary accounts to make the most of their time in the beginner's bracket, and based upon some of the information gathered in this guide, it is easy to see why. For many players starting a new account, the 3-star featured arena is the place to begin. It will allow you to build a strong collection of champions for relatively small amounts of work. The biggest difficulty a new account faces is the lack of champions. It is understandable that new players may find themselves spending units on crystals in order to boost their champion numbers. However, I would strongly advise against this, and instead keep those units for very important masteries that will help you throughout the game, such as parry and dexterity. So how are you meant to get enough champions to compete in one of these arenas? Well, you may be keeping your units, but you still have access to your energy. This is fundamentally important. Use as much energy as you possibly can to maximise your rewards. Completing easy quests in both campaign and monthly events can help you gather up shards, which should within a few days allow you to open some crystals. Secondly, use as many champions in arena as much as possible. Infinite streaks are not a priority, just play as many matches as you possibly can, reaching as many milestones as you can, and hopefully getting yourself a champion as a reward. There is no such thing as bad champions for arena. Sure, some champions might be a lot more powerful and useful than others, but in arena, every champion nets you points. Thirdly, join an alliance. Alliances are a brilliant way to gain rewards relatively quickly. A lot of alliances work in high turnovers, meaning players come and go very often. Some are looking for new challenges, and some may think they cannot progress any further in their current alliance. Do not worry about getting kicked from an alliance as a new player. There's thousands more out there, and it will not take you long to find another one. But at the same time, do not try and join an alliance you know is out of your reach. There's a very strong chance you will be kicked quickly, or even worse, not be able to keep up with experienced players. Finally, run the arena anyway. Even if you feel like you do not have anywhere near enough champions, there is no harm in running the arena anyway. It might help you get some milestone rewards or even some lower ranked rewards. So you are forming a team, you're trying to get as many points as you can in arenas, but what sort of cutoff should you be aiming for? Over the past few days I have gathered up the following information on 3-star beginners bracket arenas. To achieve a 3-star featured champion in this bracket, you will need to place in the top 1 to 10% of all players' scores. Here are some results from previous arenas, all of which managed to win the 3-star champion. Looking at these results, the highest score we can see here is 511,194, which ranked in second place overall. There are a number of scores around the 250,000 mark, so it'd be fair to assume that this would be a good target to try and achieve. For a relatively new player, this may seem like a very high score, but remember that this is the beginner's bracket. The veteran bracket is only going to be much higher. For example, to win a 3-star Stark Tech Spider-Man in a veteran 3-star arena, recently you would have to have scored upwards of 1.5 million points. At this point in your Contest of Champions progression, you might see this as an unattainable goal, but you will be surprised how quickly your champion collection will grow when you allocate time towards its progression. Maybe you've been very lucky and managed to pull some 3-stars or 4-stars very on in the game. What's the next step after 3-star arena? Well, it is time for you to graduate to the 4-star basic arena. This arena I covered in my previous video, to which a link can be found in the description of this video. But right now I'm going to give you a more in-depth look at 4-star basic arena cutoffs for the beginner's bracket. In 4-star basic arena, just like 3-star featured arena, the top 10% of overall scores will win the 4-star basic champion. It cannot be stressed enough how important these champions are. It is highly unlikely that you will ever get the opportunity to win these champions with such small amounts of points ever again, and many of these champions will help you progress through a significantly large portion of both the story content and monthly content as well, even events like Realm of Legends or the Road to the Labyrinth. Here are some results I've collected in the 4-star beginners bracket basic arena. If you are able to achieve 250,000 points in the 3-star basic arena, you're around a third of the way there for a 4-star basic champion. As always, the popularity of these champions you're going for will totally dictate how high the score is going to be. Do not be scared by the 1 million plus cutoff for Gwenpool. She is an extremely popular champion, and her arena was one of the highest scoring ever in the history of 4-star basic arena. There were also players in the veteran bracket who had to put up over 7 million points in order to get her. So even at 1 million points, if you were able to put up that much, it is still a steal and would have been totally worth it to put in the effort. Old champions such as Iron Fist make for great arenas for players looking to grow their champion base. With low scores in comparison to other arenas, it allows players to add another champion to their collection, and most importantly, increase their arena score. Remember, there is no such thing as a bad champion for arenas. With only 30 days in the beginners bracket in total, I highly recommend that you go one further and make an attempt at the 4-star featured bracket. Even if you fall short, some of the ranked rewards can only be beneficial to any player, not just those in the beginners bracket. Unlike 2 previous arenas, only 50 players will win the featured champion from any featured arena. These tend to be the newest champions in the game and are highly sought after, regardless of how strong or powerful they are. Not only that, but ranking in featured arenas grants 5-star shards. 5-star shards are not easy to obtain, so if you can put together a comfortable amount within 30 days, it won't be long before you have enough shards to make a 5-star crystal. These contain the strongest champions in the game. Regardless of which 5-star champion you get, this will help you immensely and will allow you to get through a vast majority of the game's content. While you may struggle to rank it up, it will still no doubt stand strongly amongst your champions. It requires 10,000 shards to achieve a 5-star crystal. This is not a fast process. For the first 30 days of your account, you're basically being given a golden ticket to try and rake in as many of these shards as you possibly can. So that's the advantages of the 4-star featured arena. But what will I need to put in to obtain this prize? Remember, in the 4-star featured arena, only the top 50 scores will win the champion. As you would expect, with the highest reward, it is the most difficult to obtain. But good news is, based on the data that has been collected here, if you can manage to score 1.2 million for Gwenpool, for example, you might even have enough to win a 4-star featured. Cutoffs for these champions are near impossible to predict. Based upon the information gathered, 1.5 million should secure you, and remember this is just based on previous results, should secure you a 4-star featured. You might be thinking, that's not so bad, that might actually be achievable. So what would it be like to go for the 4-star featured in the veteran bracket? Well, I'm very sorry to tell you that your 30 days in the beginners bracket might be the last chance you have to achieve a 4-star featured for quite a while. By that I mean until you get a big enough roster and a full 3 days off to match the scores in the veteran bracket. For example, for Stark Tech Spidey, who recently went as a 4-star featured champion, you would need to put up scores over 15 million points. Veteran arena cutoffs can be a lot lower than this. For example, during the release of Guardians of the Galaxy 2, Groot was reran as a featured champion and could be won for under 5 million points. This is a third of what it would take to win a Stark Tech Spidey during its initial release. In this video, I have mainly concentrated on what it would take to win a champion from an arena. I have not really looked at the in-depth of the runners-up rewards. Now, these rewards are still very good, and collecting shards is a very, very important part to getting your champions. The more shards you get, the closer you are to getting a new champion crystal. 3-star, 4-star and 5-star shards will all drastically help new players, especially within their first 30 days. So if there's any opportunities you have to get these shards without paying, of course, I highly recommend you do so. I believe we have just over a week left of these Stark assignments. These are a fantastic way for new players to get shards, not only in the 3-star crystals, but also for the Spider-Verse crystals as well. Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for watching this video. This has been Hitting the Ground Running, a guide to maximising your time in the beginner's bracket for Arena. I hope you've enjoyed this video and you have learned something from it. Please feel free to leave any questions you may have in the comment section below, and any feedback is greatly appreciated. Do subscribe to my channel for more Marvel's Contest of Champion content that I plan to release over the next few days. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you soon. Thank you.